What's going on, family? Friday Night Live. We still surviving in the desert. Just watering my garden one more last time before, while everybody's coming in here. Give y'all a homestead update. I know I've been out for a minute. I'm gonna give y'all that homestead update and the garden tour. Let me know if y'all can hear me. What's going on, Michael? We out here. My glasses falling off my face. If you can just give me a thumbs up, let me know you can hear me all right. But yeah, this is, oh my God, these flies are all over me. But yeah, this is the last garden bed that audio coming through. Okay, thank you. Thank you, family. I'm gonna just give it a moment. I'm not gonna rush it, but 3 years, going on 3 years off grid, y'all. So just if you're new to the channel, I wanna thank y'all for tuning in, subscribing. But it's been quite a journey, let me tell you. So I'm out here on 87 acres in the West Texas desert, about an hour outside of El Paso. Takes me about 45 minutes to get back to the main highway. So I'm out here. When we first got out here, we survived in this 10 by 12 shed for the first 3 years. And I'll tell y'all about all the free stuff that I got in the process. But man, my garden is looking good. I got kale, pepper plant, lettuce. And this is only a part of the garden. So if y'all go back on my previous videos and see where I started, oh my God, we came a long way. We came a long way. But I'm gonna give it a second, let a few more people fall in here. See my blueberry plant? Blueberries coming in. Looking good, looking good. Sunflower. I think that's a mammoth sunflower. So what I noticed growing out here, tires are, well, you're gonna go through a lot of tires living on dirt roads. But they do really good to growing these tires out here, because I think this is the first week that we are actually, in the 60s at night, upper 50s. I think got upper 50s at night last night, but now we're in the 60s. But when it gets cold, I mean, it can get to 80 degrees and still be 40 at night. So, but let me turn y'all. This is another raised bed I built out of free wood, free pallets. Well, one free pallet and free wood. But I got broccoli in here. Look at that broccoli heading. Look at that broccoli headed. Lettuce. But yeah, if y'all have any questions for me, y'all can shoot them out. But I'm gonna go through my little homestead update with y'all. Let y'all know what's going on out here. We got Black, my first dog I brought out here. He came out here when he was a puppy. And he's been doing security for the last 3 years, 24/7, always on guard. So he's been doing all right. I got him 2 friends though. But yeah, so I got an RV, y'all. What's going on? Arizona off grid. We out here just doing my little homestead update. So just want to shoot a plug out to the homestead homies. If y'all want to know about all the off-grid channels, the new off-gridders that are, trying to do something different with their life and escape the rat race, timetotiny.com. Y'all can check out that website. And yeah, we got all the homesteaders on that webpage. Some other dog, she got ADHD, so that's Caramel. This is the first raised bed I built when I got here. Look at that. Look at that spinach. Look at that spinach and lettuce. I know I planted it too close. Kale. Broccoli heading. Broccoli going to seed. Now this is my first year having broccoli, letting broccoli go to seed. I got spinach going to seed too. Got potatoes. I don't know what this is, so if y'all know what that is, let me know. I just plant a lot of seeds and I hope for the best. Sometimes the best happens and sometimes it doesn't. My avocado tree. Yep. And just pretty much 90% of the stuff that I've been growing out here is from seeds. So it does take a little getting used to. Like the only thing I'll buy transplants for are the strawberries and maybe tomatoes. But I got a small blueberry bush. This is one of the first raised beds well, not raised beds, but in ground. We got more broccoli over here. You'll be surprised what you can grow in the desert, y'all. My asparagus bed, look at that. Asparagus. Yeah. Corn is coming in. The wind blew all the leaves off my lemon tree, so I'm doing some research on that. I think it's gonna be okay. But yeah, some Meyer lemon tree. So it's about, what, 7:09 now out here. And all you can hear is the bees and the flies. My in-ground raised bed. This is the 4th in-ground raised bed that I have. I have corn in here, lettuce, kale. Get a bunch of Palo Verde trees. I will take your word for that. I will take your word for that. Matter of fact, I think one of my neighbors has a Palo Verde, but we're in zone 7B for gardening, so I would say you can garden full all year round if you have a greenhouse. But look at this. Strawberries. So, yeah, when we first came out here, y'all, it was a struggle. But there's beauty in the struggle. I made a little short. There's beauty in the struggle. You know, you're not gonna move off grid and think everything is gonna be, you know, all good, 100%. You're gonna have problems. But if you know how to solve those problems, you know, that's what's gonna make you stronger and able to adapt out here. Look at my generator graveyard, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So if you're gonna move out here, be prepared to go through some generators and have a backup for everything. So my land kind of slants up, so I got this first water tank at this is the highest point on the first water tank, and I can gravity feed this water down to my trailer, to this tank, and so on. But my Mondale pine tree is looking good, coming in. I got a green giant for half off at Home Depot, and I don't know what. I don't know if that is gonna. It's got too much brown on it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. But this is one of the first raised beds I got when I came out here. Well, I built, not I got. Look at the strawberries. Yeah. And I went ham on the garden this year, just so y'all know. But seeing the way the world is going right now, and I think I made the right choice. Look at this sage. I thought this sage was dead. It made it through the winter and came back in strong. Mm. Yeah, they're having a good time. So we got two. I got black, caramel, and Oreo is the other black one. That's Oreo right there. She heard her name. What? Who you barking at? You know you on camera or something? So that's my crew. This raised bed's looking good. Kale going to seed. More kale going to seed. Sunflowers. Look at this rose bush. I thought that rose bush was dead. Hey, you better get out my garden. Hey, don't you think just because I'm shooting video, don't think I will. Don't mess with my garden. But yeah, it definitely doesn't happen overnight. Southern live oak tree. Looking good. So I think the most important lesson I learned about coming out here is starting small. I need some comfrey too. Yep, I've heard a lot about comfrey. Now, I'm not familiar with a lot of exotic plants. I've never gardened before, so I'm basically trying to grow what I know I can eat and what looks good. So, but I've heard a lot about comfrey. So I gotta do a little research on that. But I know you're not chewing on my raised bed. I know you're not, boy. Yeah, that's another raised bed I built with an IKEA box. And yep, you gotta have cats out here. Go ahead, get back to your job. Keep away the rats and the bugs. Okay, you can make tea out of comfrey. All right, all right. That sounds good. I guess I gotta look online for those because I don't see that at any of the nursery that I've been to. My peach tree is the first one of the first trees I planted here. Planted in a tire, and it tried to bear fruit the first year. I don't know what it's gonna do this year. We'll see. Italian cypress. Those are supposed to grow like 20 or 30 feet tall. Green giant. That's supposed to grow like 40 feet tall. We'll see. I got it in a tire. I brought another one of those, and the other one I don't think it's doing good, but we'll see. Gardening is all about trial and error, so you know, I've been planting seeds since January. And then if I don't see anything come up, I just start planting some more. And I think a lot of times it's that because it gets too cold at night. So when the weather starts warming up, now I just dropped some seeds right here. And this is a plum tree that I have. But I just dropped some seeds down there because a lot of times water, like if I turn the water on, I got a little drip and it'll just water that. But a bunch of kale down there. Grape tree. I think it's gonna be all right. I don't know. We'll see. I planted it in ground. Lemon trees trying to go to flower. More blueberry bushes. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and give you all an update and turn this around. Give y'all an update on what's going on. I did lose my job, my good job. So thank you, Elon Musk and the Doge cuts. But one thing I'm appreciative about is that I made the right decisions while I had the good job. And that's what makes it different this time. Do I need the income? I do. I would enjoy that income, but I put myself in a position to where I don't have a $2,000 mortgage. I don't have, all these bills like you would have if you were living in the city. This shed, when I came out here, I got this 10 by 12 tough shed, and I got it rent to own for a little less than $300 a month. I just paid the shed off a few weeks ago. But $300 a month is better than the $1,400 a month I was paying in the city to stay in a 2-bedroom townhouse. So I thugged it out for as long as we could. And I got comfortable being uncomfortable. And once you get comfortable being uncomfortable, everything else is a piece of cake out here. Like I said, you're gonna have problems. I've had solar panels, blow off. I've had generators go out. I've had flat tires. I've got stuck in the mud. Oh my God. Power steering goes out. I mean, they say more money, more problems, but sometimes when you try to spend less money, you get more problems too. Yep. So speaking of property taxes, on 87 acres out here, my property taxes are less than $300 a year. So, I mean, you can do the math on that. I mean, I could have lost my job, had a $500,000 mortgage, $12,000 a year in property taxes, cell phone, lights, water bill. I mean, people's average water bill is $130. So, and you're not storing no water. So, once they cut that water off, once there's a cyber attack or whatever, you know, you don't control your water or have anything stored. Um, I mean, that's it. It doesn't matter how much you've been paying. So, having control of your own water, even though I get it from, a city source, I can haul my own water and I can store it. So I'm not going to waste it like I would waste it if I was living in the city. Um, and I get these IBC totes off of Facebook Marketplace for like $60, $70, 330 gallons. I got 4 of those. So that's, over 1,200 gallons of water stored. And I try to keep them full. But I mean, that's enough to do what I got to do. You think I should? Oh man, the message disappeared. You think I should do it? I'm trying to sell my house here in South Durham, California, and move out to the boonies there. Hey, if you got a house you could sell, now that's one missing piece that I didn't have. I didn't have a house that I could sell before I moved out here. So, I came out here. When I came out here, I lived in my car, stayed in my car for a minute because it was too cold to set up a tent. I kind of did it the minimal way that you can do it with no money, without having a lump sum of money. But if you can sell a house and can profit from that and use that money to build you a homestead, I think it's worthwhile investment. I mean, there's peace out here. I have no neighbors. I mean, you said I'd be happy to live in a tent while building my homestead. Hey, yep. I mean, now the tent out here, you just have to stake it in the ground really good, because I've been wanting to do this video for a couple of days now, but we've been having crazy winds. So I couldn't I couldn't record like I wanted to, but I've had tent blow away. I've had pallet structures, blown to smithereens out here. So, but you can do it. Hey, if you get a good tent and stake it down, I mean, you can do it. Now, I do like the RV aspect. If you able to, sell a home and get an RV, or if you have the means to get an RV, which when I came out here, I tried to do that initially, but my credit wasn't good enough. I didn't, a bunch of things didn't fall in line right. And that's good. Hey, sometimes everything doesn't line up, but it shouldn't stop you from your ultimate goal of being on your land. So, with that being said, Tough Shed, they came out here and built the shed on site in 2 days. So by the time I was finally able to get an RV, I was used to living in a little a little shed with no oh, appreciate that, fam. I was living in a shed with no, with no nothing really. I mean, sleeping on a futon. But hey, I made it as comfortable as I can make it, and you know, I couldn't go to Disney World, with my severance pay, but I was able to make it to Camping World, and that's what that's what I got. I figured going to Camping World might save my life better than going to Disney World. Yes, I am halfway there. Yes, I am halfway there, and what makes it feel even better is that's paid off, that's paid off, and that's paid off. So, um, you know, I just gotta pay for the land, which is less than $700 a month, and my taxes, and worry about my car, and try to find another job in the meantime. Hey, stack that paper, man. Like I said, I had a nice remote job out here, and I got that meeting invite in February. Was it end of February? I think it was end of February. Yep. They told me I had 30 days to find another project to get on, or basically that was it. And how's the RV living? Because I could buy a big ass RV. Hey, so this is my first week living in an RV. I've never had an RV in my life. I've never even slept in an RV. But yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, the biggest thing for me, I got on-demand hot water. So, and I got a shower, enclosed shower. On this time of year, you can take showers outdoors, but if the wind is blowing crazy, that's not going to be comfortable. But don't forget your portable RV tank so you can take your waste away. Yep, yep. But I'm still, since I'm still used to the 5-gallon buckets, bro. So look, I ain't shitted in that RV yet. All right, I'm keeping that RV shit free for right now, so it ain't really no waste. All my fresh water, it kind of. Let me turn y'all around. So I'm kind of like, and the funny story is. That black water from the RV can be treated and used to build soil down the road. Yep, it sure can. So, yeah, and I can let that black water, I mean, it can flow right down the hill. You said, don't pee. No, ain't great. Yeah, uh, I'm still so, hey, I'm still gonna do the 5-gallon buckets for my number twos, and if I gotta do the number one, I got a toilet, and if, you know, all hell breaks loose and worst come to worst, then I can, do what I gotta do in a trailer. It's just nice to have. But yeah, I'm not gonna really be doing on number twos in there. And actually, funny story is when I pulled it in here, when I pulled it in here and tried to level it and took it off the hitch, it slid back, and I didn't have the wheels chalked. So it slid back off the levelers that I had because it was leaning to this side some. So yeah, and I couldn't jack it back up to get it back on the truck. So I had to jack it up and put some blocks underneath there. But it's pretty level now, so that's where it's gonna stay. Hey, I was trying to move it up some, but I think right here is where it's gonna stay. But when you're looking outside the window, it almost looks like you're looking over a cliff. But yeah, so far so good. I mean, I don't have any complaints yet. Um, it's easy to cool down. This is not that big. It's like a couple's trailer. So that's the Coleman 17R. So you can pull that. I think it's less than 5,000 pounds. So you can easily pull that. You see what happens if you gotta do a number three? what's the number three? Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's talk about all the free stuff I got since I've been out here. So this is a little pallet greenhouse I built out of free pallets. I gotta test the air compressor out. But it's been getting battered by the wind. My solar panel that blew over. Yep. Mondale pine. But yeah, all this wood is free. Look at all these 4x4s I got. So on the east side of El Paso, they're building like it's developing. And if you're close, that's a good thing about being close to a major city. If you're living off grid, you can find a lot of construction material. If you see them big old trash cans, and they're dumping wood in there, pallets, all kind of stuff. But yeah, trying to be resourceful out here. If you can be resourceful, like you're gonna make it. You'll be all right. You will be all right. Turn some 55-gallon blue barrels and an alternator into a Vought. How far is how far is that solar from me? What solar? The solar that I have set up? Hey family, we Friday night live and off grid. I would jam my music, but I get copyright. Oh, that solar farm? That solar farm is about 30 minutes from me. So yeah, once I get off the dirt road and get back on the paved road, uh yeah, it's along that paved road. Yeah, hey, it's Friday. I ain't got no job, and I got a lot of stuff to do. Hey, Micaiah, thank you for finding my channel. Thank you for all my new subscribers here. Might go a little longer. See, everybody's coming in here. You in Arizona? No, I'm in West Texas. So I'm about an hour outside of El Paso. I know. Yeah, I do need to go. I do need to go drive by there and do a check-in, cause I haven't been by that solar farm in a minute. And they done built some big old big old electricity poles going all the way down. So yeah, I think it's about to start popping out here in El Paso as far as solar, and I think they're gonna start connecting that to data centers. I don't know what's going on. Whatever's going on, it's gonna be far away from me. That's all I know. So I don't mind it. But yeah, when you see big old projects like that, um, I mean, yeah, you can get as much free stuff as you can try to get. Cause a lot of that stuff they throw away. And I mean, just look, this is a raised bed. I built out I mean, this all looks like shit, but I mean, it's producing. I mean, I got lettuce. I can make a salad right now if I wanted to. I mean, it's tired. I mean, I could throw it away, but it's producing. I can make a salad. I got spearmint in here. Mm, mm. But yeah, so now that I got time to kind of relax, cause I've been in go mode, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. That's why I don't make a video every day. Like I just be going, doing whatever I gotta do. The first few years you live off grid, you're gonna be in survival mode. So, you know, and that's okay. That's okay, cause if you're not in survival mode, then how you gonna learn how to survive? You know. But once you get to your third year and on, I mean, you should be able to thrive. Now, if you got a little money, you know, you may be able to thrive right away, you know, but I wasn't able to thrive right away. I had to go through some ups and downs and ups. But hey, I'm still here. I am still here. But when you go through all that chaos and that rat race of having that corporate job, I mean, they don't want you to live like this. They don't want you. They don't want you to live in peace. But it's okay. The good thing is I got blue collar skills too. So, and that's the one and most important thing that you can have: blue collar skills and be able to deal with technology or be able to, you know, go get a corporate job if you need to. You know. But hey, I played the game. I played the game long enough to get me what I needed, and I put in the work. You know, if you if you're lazy, this lifestyle ain't gonna work for you. So, um, gardening itself is a lot of work. Um, just you know, you got to have your head on straight. Like in a J. Cole song, he said he made it out the city with his head on straight. Now, if you can make it out the city with your head on straight, you know, this is a piece of cake. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but you know, you can make it look easy. Now, if the city already messed your head up, yeah, you built different. Yeah. I lived in Georgia for a few years. I had to go to Atlanta. Uh, back in 2008, 2000, yeah, during the last financial crisis. Well, I don't know. We had so many financial crises, but the 2008 one, I was down there. Grew up in NYC. Yeah, I feel what you're saying. So I was born in New York, but my parents moved to Texas before I was a year old. So I've been raised in Texas. We moved to Fort Worth when we first came down here. Then when I was 10, we moved to San Antonio. So I pretty much grew up in San Antonio. Um, but yeah, 40 something years of living a city life. I mean, once I realized what it was going to be to basically just living, just working to pay bills. Yep, I've been working since I was 16. And it honestly never seemed like I was getting ahead, you know. And with me, for some reason, when bad things happen, something good is always going to happen next. But you don't know that until you got to go through the bad stuff first. Now, the way I got this Gladiator is because the other car that I had broke down on my way to San Antonio. And yeah, thank you, Mom. I'm still paying for it, but hey, my mom came through for me. But I had to spend a night on the side of the road in a broken down car in the middle of nowhere. So it was not a great experience, but I came back to the homestead with a Jeep Gladiator. That still cost me money because I had to put in the shop 3 times already. So I think that's been a, I think it's been a cakewalk. But yeah, so that's what's been up. I mean, I'm just relaxing, 46 now, trying to figure out where this world is going with AI. Like, what's crazy is I just got an AI certification before I got fired. Like, what the hell? I thought y'all were, I thought we were, I thought everybody wanted to do the AI thing. Okay, now because of budget cuts, now, all right. So did I get replaced by AI or, I don't know. Anyways, you know, the crazy part about being middle aged, you know, in this job market, it is not the same. It is not the same as like the last time I was unemployed. I was what? I don't even remember. I don't even remember, but I remember I can go to basically any job and do an application, and I can get an interview, and I'll be working the next week. You know, oh, the game ain't like that no more. And the gig economy, you know, they're just basically skirting all the labor rules to. I mean, I think they want every job to be a gig job, honestly. So yeah, I remember those days where you just fill out a paper application and you can, you know, you didn't have to worry about whether or not this crazy name that's texting you is really a recruiter or not. Like, oh my God, there's so much scams to deal with. You can't trust anybody. You look on LinkedIn for these jobs and they'll post a job and 6 hours later, it's already over 100 people apply for the job. You know, people are using AI to apply for these jobs. So yeah, the job market has definitely changed. And I'm just trying to see where it's going. I rode that cloud wave, that tech wave, until it busted. hmm And the sad part about it is, he said only apply to company websites directly. Yep, yep. Um, but these companies, I mean, they're getting so many applications from people all around the world. I mean, it's just the, you know, it's people doing fake interviews, you know, so, you know, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I put myself in a position to where I know I'm not going to lose my house because I lost my job. So, you know, for the ones that do still have these good jobs, you know, think about that. Lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep. Let's talk about lifestyle creep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's talk about lifestyle creep, you know. Most of my life I was making less than $50,000 a year, so the last 5 years, 6, 7 years, I've made over that. Now, you know, I could have done a lot of things, you know. And yeah, I spent money, but I spent money on things that I need. And 4 years ago, I think when COVID hit 2020, that's when I spent the last of my income tax refund getting this land. And we came out here and camped on it, and that cost money because we had to come all the way from San Marcos. That was a 7-hour trip to come down here and camp on your land. So I can see why a lot of people don't, you know, just come out. But I would say one of the most important things about buying land is to come out and see your land and camp on your land or stay on your land, you know, for a weekend, you know, just to see how things, you know, how things are. You know, it may be some things that you don't like. When I first came out here, I did not, I did, when I first got the tour of this land, I was buying some land like 4 years ago. Oh man, I don't even want to talk about the money I'm lost in crypto. That's not, God, BitConnect. Uh, but yeah, I felt like every time I bought Bitcoin, it'd go down. So I stopped playing around. I stopped playing around. But you do gotta invest. You know, some of these stocks, if we would have got them back in COVID and rolled them up, you know, we'd be good right now. But who knew that, you know, after the stock market crashed when during COVID, it was gonna shoot right back up like that. I'm still surprised that it's even up as much as it is right now with the tariffs and everything going on. But yeah, I mean, long story short, I mean, I say this is one of the best decisions I made in my life. Um, but I didn't like it at first. When I first seen the land, I mean, the guy brought us to the edge. Like he didn't even bring us all the way inside the land. So, and we were so far back here, we had to follow him back, so we didn't get a chance to like walk around. But basically, we got 17 acres on this side, and it's a road that cuts through, and the other 70 acres is on that side. But I was like, man, all these mountains, like, what the hell are we gonna do with this? But we came out here and camped, and we just liked it more and more. The peace. Once you live in the city for so long, I mean, like, I'll pay for peace. You hear that? You can't hear cars on the road going by. I don't hear no sirens. I don't hear no gunshots. Now, people do shoot guns out here, but not at you. But yeah, I mean, the city life is, you know, everybody's gonna find out, if that's what they really want. I think this next 4 years, everybody's gonna find out if that city life is gonna get you in a position to be debt free. And I knew that it wasn't gonna put me in a position to be debt free. So this is what I had to do. I had to start an alternative movement called off-grid living. And shout out to all the new YouTubers, Homestead homies, Journey to Homemade, Journey to Homestead, Young and Flourishing. Y'all check out these channels. I mean, I don't shoot videos all the time. I'm gonna try to shoot more now. I don't have no job, but yeah, y'all check out these other channels. Zay and Nay, they out there in Oklahoma. Time to Tiny, building a little tiny home. They about to set up. But yeah, it's a lot of us out. It's more of us out here than you think, and it's even people that don't have a channel. Matter of fact, we kicked it with some friends that look like us, that stay in our neighborhood, and they moved out here, or they're in the process. Well, they're out here, but they're setting up their homestead too. And I think the most great thing about this, and to me, doing YouTube is not about the views, because I got the views. I mean, look at this. I got the views. I mean, I got the views. But anyways, the thing that means the most to me is the people that you meet along the journey. And, I've met some good people out here. Yeah, I have done a lot. Hey, sorry I couldn't record it all, but yeah, I've done a lot. I'm definitely gonna try to prioritize what I'm doing, because I don't really have a plan, y'all. I know it looks like I planned all of this shit, but I didn't. Um, but I do have a routine, and I do, have a thought about, you know, how I want things done. So yeah, I mean, once I got comfortable with having enough water, yeah, I think, I mean, it's a lot of us moving into Arizona, but I grew up in Texas, so I already know what we got here. So, um, Arizona is too hot. It gets hot here, but I think the hottest it got last summer was 114. But, that may be for like, a day or two. We're not having 15 days or a month of, triple digit temperatures out here. So I don't know, you know, you got to weigh that option if you want to deal with that. Now, one good thing about having a smaller shed, and this is why I say, if you're going to go off grid and you don't have kids, start small because it takes less power and energy to cool this small shed than it would had we built, or got you know, a bigger shed or whatever. So, if you can start small, start small. It'll save you money, and then you can always upgrade. Um, Nothing really happens fast out here. I know it looks like I've done a lot, but this is 3 years, y'all. Like, if you go back to my old videos, he said I'm in Florida. Hey, another one of my subscribers moved from Florida, and she actually transitioned to a job down here in El Paso, but she got land out here, and she has an RV, and she's going when she gets ready to retire, she's going to be out here too. So, it's definitely more of us out here, y'all. Y'all think I'm the only person out here? I'm just might be the only person doing YouTube like this, but yeah, there's people moving out here. We got a nice little network. People in New Mexico, so a lot of us in New Mexico. Um, but I like it here. I mean, I'm an hour outside of El Paso. I mean, I can get to El Paso in like 45 minutes to an hour. So when Las Cruces is, another 45 minutes. So I can get to a whole nother state in less than, hour and a half. Um, so yeah, I like that. Now, if I was further out, and I didn't have access to a major city, it may be different. But, um, being close to a major city definitely makes this a little more doable than being out in the middle of nowhere. I just like being far away, enough away from the city that that craziness stays out there. But I don't want to keep y'all all night. This is, sun going down. I just wanted to give y'all an update on what's going on out here on the homestead. I'm still working. Everything is a work in progress. So some people may see stuff, and like, oh man, that's trash. Like, what is he doing? Number one, the wind blows crazy out here, so you got, But yeah, everything is just a work in progress. So, I never run out of things to do out here. Even when I had a job, I was still doing things on the land while I was working my job. Yes, that's a good statement. When you're being frugal, there's no such thing as trash. I will, I will echo that statement. And speaking of trash, don't buy a trailer from Lowe's. So, I don't know if y'all seen one of my older videos where I was carrying water back, and yeah, it's probably too much water. Yeah, thank you. No HOA to deal with. But I had like 330 gallons of water on there, and this is one of them little trailers, and yeah, it gave in on me. But look, I just use it. Look, it looks like trash, but hey, look, I got 2x4s in here. Like, what are you talking about? Heat treated. 2x4s, like all this is free. Yeah. So, if I need something extra, I'll just come over here and, I'll figure it out. But it looks beautiful to me. I mean, that I don't worry about. But one of my next projects, just to let y'all know what I want to do next. I know, right? You cannot go wrong with free. And the good thing too is when you have stuff that you can't use anymore, like I said, that's an IKEA little shelf thing. And we just use it for a raised bed since, it was all messed up. But one thing I want to do next is I want to pull all of this up. These are all free pallets that I put right here. And I know it looks like trash. I didn't clean it up for y'all. But, ooh, my orange tree. I didn't even show y'all. I got orange tree. I don't like how the leaves are curling up, but now that I got that greenhouse, I could put it in there when it gets cool. Another lemon tree. But yeah, I want to pull all this up. I want to pull all this up and just put more plants right here, I guess. I don't know what I want to do. I'll figure it out. Y'all will see it. But those pallets are, because of the rain, I don't have a roof right there. Yeah, the rain is just ruining those pallets, so I'm going to pull all that up. But eventually, build a lean-to or maybe a jalapeno. I don't know. He said, live your life, educate me. Hey, I'm still trying to educate myself, A lot of people see me out here and think I've done this before. Like, nope, I don't have any building experience. That's why that looks like shit. Hey, but that OSB board, that's free. Look at all this free OSB board. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So when you get stuff for free, you can experiment. You're not gonna. It's not like you wasting money building something that doesn't meet the code. As long as it does a job, that's all that matters. That is all that matters. There's a dog with ADHD. So I got them both together. So y'all doing all right? All right. You good? All right. All right. We don't gotta. But yeah, y'all, I don't want to keep y'all all night. Like I said, just give me y'all an update on the homestead. Put my drums in. With the little pallet thing off of the shed. Yeah, the brown one is caramel. And she is always ready to get into something. But yeah, so, hey, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to let y'all go. But like, subscribe, share, and I'll be doing more lives. Probably, I might just start doing a Friday night live, How you looked into building with Cobb? Oh, yes, I have looked into building with Cobb. Actually, part of my land is, like, what we're on right now it has a lot of rocks. But down the road, I got more sand, and I think that sand will be good for Cobb, Adobe. But yeah, I've looked into Adobe, natural building, all the stuff that you would look into to live off grid. I've looked into, so I'm going to incorporate what I can incorporate. You know, everybody's situation is different. I'm in a high desert, so we're about 4,600 feet up. Um, so being able to build with natural materials, straw bale, thick thermal mass walls, is definitely going to be helpful way to go out here. Wonder if you can DIY an air cream maker. I don't know. So there's no building codes out here. So for now, you pretty much do what you want. Um, but there's a fight going on. It's a sister fight. The sisters are fighting. Y'all done? I'm kind of worried about them dogs. They weren't feisty enough. But they're mixed. They're mixed with pit. So the two small ones are mixed with pit. And the black one, he's mixed with black lab. I'm glad they all get along. All right, y'all. I'm not gonna keep y'all all night. This is Friday Night Live. See, the sun is. We out here in Sunset Ranches. So if y'all want land out here, we're outside of El Paso and Hudspeth County. They mostly sell 20-acre lots, no credit check, no money down, like less than $300 a month for 20 acres. So, hey, you can look into that if y'all want to be out in this area. Other than that, do your due diligence, and I will catch y'all later.